Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki, Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki. Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrakacharya Stotara Shata Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, BBT founder Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Senapati Bhakta Srila Prabhupada ki, Mantra Upasaka Srila Prabhupada ki, Preeminent Shiksha Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrakacharya Stotara Shata Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Premsa Koho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Shri Shri Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Dham ki, Ganga Maya ki, Yamuna Maya ki, Tulsi Maharani ki, Sama Veta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Gaura Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 17, entitled Maharaj Prithu becomes angry at the earth. Text number 19. You can repeat after me. Sa Tvam Jigamsase Kasmad Dinam Akrita Kilbisham Ahanishyat Katam Yosham Dharma Gya Iti Yo Mata Satvam jigamsasya kasmad. Satvam jigamsasya kasmad. Dinam akrita kilbisham. Dinam akrita kilbisham. Ahanishyat katam yosham. Ahanishyat katam yosham. Dharmagya iti yo mata. Dharmagya iti yo mata. Satvam jigamsasya kasmad. Dinam akrita kilbisham. Ahanishyat katam yosham. Dharmagya iti yo mata. Sa, that very person, tvam, you, jigamsasya, want to kill, kasmat, why, dinam, poor, akrita, without having done, kilbisham, any sinful activities, ahanishyat, would kill, katam, how, yosham, a woman, dharmagya, the knower of religious principles, iti, thus, ya, one who, mata, is considered. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki. The cow-shaped earth continued to appeal to the king. I am very poor and have not committed any sinful activities. I do not know why you want to kill me, since you are supposed to be the knower of all religious principles. Why are you so envious of me? And why are you so anxious to kill a woman? Purport. The earth appealed to the king in two ways. A king who knows religious principles cannot kill anyone who has not committed sinful activities. Apart from this, a woman is not to be killed even if she does commit some sinful activities. Since the earth was innocent and also a woman, the king should not kill her. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Be'evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The verse again. The cow-shaped earth continued to appeal to the king. I am very poor and have not committed any sinful activities. I do not know why you want to kill me, since you are supposed to be the knower of all religious principles. Why are you so envious of me, and why are you so anxious to kill a woman? Prabhupada has said at the end of the purport that since the earth was innocent and was also a woman, the king should not kill her. Before that, Prabhupada had said that even if a woman has committed some sinful activities, she should not be killed also. So Bhumi, the goddess of this earth planet, is innocent and shouldn't be killed. At this point, Bhumi does not know why the king of the whole world, Prithu Maharaj, is chasing her. She can't understand why someone who knows the principles of religion would try to kill her, who is a woman. Bhumi is an administrator of this planet. Just like it's the duty of Indra to provide rain, it's the duty of Bhumi to provide grain. But in a society that has no devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhumi withholds the grains. Effectively, that's her duty, and in that way, she is innocent. To kill an innocent person, you have to be a cruel person yourself. To enjoy killing innocent people, you have to be a terrible person. Like King Vena, it's described in the previous chapters that Vena was a terrible person. That when he would play with his friends, he would kill them. Not out of anger or anything like that. Maybe he would give his friend a big hug and squeeze him so tight that the friend died. In the Mahabharata, after the Pandavas won the war, they returned to Hastinapur, and when they arrived, they had to deal with the aftermath of the war. One of the situations that they had to deal with was Dhritarashtra. When the Pandavas met with Dhritarashtra, Dhritarashtra asked Bhimasen for a hug, and Bhimasen was going to receive his uncle's hug. Dhritarashtra's sons had all died on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and Bhimasen was feeling that he should console his uncle for his loss. But Krishna stopped him. He stopped Bhimasen. Krishna told Bhimasen to not receive Dhritarashtra's hug. Instead, they should put a statue in front of Dhritarashtra and to let Dhritarashtra hug the statue. And that's what happened. Dhritarashtra, who was blind, didn't know that there was a statue in front of him. So he hugged the statue, and Dhritarashtra hugged the statue with such force that the statue crumbled away. Dhritarashtra's intention was that he wanted to kill Bhimasen because Bhimasen had killed all the sons of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra was very angry at Bhimasen and had planned his revenge, but Krishna caused Dhritarashtra's plan to fail. While Dhritarashtra had a valid reason to be angry, the same can't be said for King Vena. Vena would be playing with his friends, and they would get killed for nothing but Vena's amusement. Ordinarily, when a person engages in despicable acts like killing, it's usually under the influence of the 6 enemies of the mind: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. Once you become influenced by any of the enemies of the mind, you are liable to actions that can cause harm to yourself and others around you. Kama, the root translation from Sanskrit to English, is desire. Kama means desire. On its own, desire doesn't mean anything. But in the material context, kama means selfish desire, which in one word is lust. The senior devotees say that lust is the perverted reflection of love. So if lust is selfish, then love is selfless. Lust means that I see myself in the center of everything, and everything I desire is for my enjoyment. Love means that I see someone else in the center, and everything at the center of everything, and everything I desire for that other person's enjoyment, I find enjoyment by association. We learn from Bhagavad Gita that lust only manifests when the mode of passion is prominent. So in the mode of goodness, lust is absent. But selfless affection is prevalent. And when you put Krishna in the center, it becomes prem, spiritual love. On the other hand, when desire is not fulfilled, even after making an effort, it becomes upsetting. Anger starts building. And one of two things can happen. We find towards the end of the Krishna book, there is a pastime where Bhrigu Muni and the sages want to test out who is supreme from the three biggest personalities in the universe, Brahma, Shiva, and Lord Vishnu. And Bhrigu conducts his test. Bhrigu Muni makes an offense towards Lord Brahma, and Brahma becomes angry, but Lord Brahma is able to curb his anger. Then Bhrigu visits Lord Shiva and makes an offense, but Lord Shiva is not able to curb his anger. And Lord Shiva really gets out of hand that it takes Parvati to bring Lord Shiva back to his senses. When you are angry, you can curb your anger like Lord Brahma, or you can end up like Lord Shiva and not be able to control your anger. And when you can't control your anger, one's intelligence becomes bewildered. Bewildered intelligence is like a car, especially a manual one with a broken gearbox. When the car is in gear 1 and you press the accelerator, the car can go only so fast because the car can only go so fast before the engine starts crying. That's because the car has reached its limit in gear 1. And to remove the limit, you shift the stick into gear 2. Then the car can go faster without resistance until it reaches the limit of gear 2. And then you switch to gear 3 and so on. Likewise, the intelligence has limits. But when you become bewildered, then the intelligence has lost its limits. It has lost its control. So what happens is that whatever you desire becomes uncontrolled desire. And this uncontrolled desire is called greed. Because of bewilderment of intelligence, which has come from anger and uncontrolled desire in the form of greed, you use that state of mind to make plans that you think will succeed, even though in normal circumstances it will 100% fail. Even when you fail, you are not convinced that there was a problem with the plan, and instead you tell yourself you just need to try harder. Some devotees like to quote Einstein. Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Einstein once said that insanity means doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. This is madness. In the state of madness, you are not sober, and when you are not sober, you can't see things clearly. You are almost like a drunkard, because everything that you interpret is a misinterpretation. Prabhupada would use the example of mistaking a rope for a snake. This is illusion. An illusion means convincing yourself that something unreal is real. Krishna replies to Arjuna about why it appears that people engage in sinful activities as they are forced to do so. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says it's because of lust only. Because of desire, everything has developed from lust to illusion, and when the desire is never satiated, the desirer becomes hateful. And when he sees others enjoying the things he desires, he develops a grudge. He convinces himself that the other person does not deserve their achievements, and that he himself is more deserving. So he begins to fault find and criticize the other party. This is envy. We discussed before that the reason why Bhumi has hidden the grains in the world is because of the non-devotees who are using the world's resources for material enjoyment. So the question may be raised, why are there materialistic people on the planet even when there is a Shakti-Avesh avatar who is the king of the world present? The answer can be found in the previous chapters. When Vena died, there it is described that Vena's mother used herbs and other ingredients to preserve the dead king's body. Then later on it's described that because there was no king, rogues and thieves would reappear, and with it the human revolution, like democracy and this activism and that activism and so on, all for the sake of fulfilling lusty desires. And that's when the Brahmanas decided to churn the body of Vena in order to get a qualified king who will correct the situation. So we can determine that there was a period of time where there was no king and humanity had went off course in the form of degeneracy. And Prithu Maharaja's appearance is specifically described as the Lord's desire to protect mankind. But who is Prithu Maharaj protecting mankind from? He is protecting mankind from mankind. In other words, Prithu Maharaj is protecting humanity from ourselves. But somehow or other, Bhumi had taken things in her own hands, and it led to this situation. Prithu Maharaj even tells Bhumi in verse 22 of this chapter, you disobeyed orders. Here is an interesting point. It's going to take a few verses to point it out. The first one is from verse 22 of this chapter. My dear earth, you have disobeyed my orders and rulings. In the form of a demigod, you accepted your shares of the yagyas we performed, but in return, you have not produced sufficient food grains. Then in verse 24, you have lost your intelligence that despite my orders, you do not deliver the seeds of herbs and grains formerly created by Brahma and now hidden within yourself. Then in the next chapter, Bhumi makes a statement, 18:7. My dear king, not only are grains and herbs being used by non-devotees, but as far as I am concerned, I am not being properly maintained. Indeed, I am being neglected by the kings who are not punishing these rascals who have turned into thieves by using grains for sense gratification. Consequently, I have hidden all these seeds. There's a lot going on in the pastime, so we're only going to discuss what's related to this verse in particular. I thought it was quite humorous when Bhumi said what Bhumi had said in this verse. Bhumi said, I am a poor woman. That is not true from the perspective of the verses quoted. Bhumi had accepted her share of the Vedic yagyas. On top of that, she had not given anything in return. So she can't be poor. All the grains are in her possession. Bhumi said, and have not committed any sinful activities. Usually when there is a payment made and the other party does not deliver, that usually falls into in the category of fraud, which is a crime. And somehow that is associated with theft. So Bhumi has committed a sinful activity. Bhumi said, I do not know why you want to kill me. Bhumi had stolen the grains, so she must have known that there was going to be some reaction. Bhumi, however, probably didn't expect Prithu Maharaj's actions to be so drastic. Bhumi said, why are you so envious of me? The question is Prithu Maharaj envious of Bhumi, or is Prithu Maharaj chasing after Bhumi at the request of all the citizens that have been victimized because of her actions? Prithu Maharaj has no personal vendetta against Bhumi. Everything Prithu Maharaj is doing is for the protection of his citizens. So the statement by Bhumi is also false. And lastly, Bhumi said, why are you so anxious to kill a woman? At this point, Bhumi can no longer be considered a woman. Prithu Maharaj is not just charging Bhumi for fraud, but is also charging her for mass genocide. The citizens said that they are dying from starvation. That means that the people, possibly in the millions and millions and millions, have already died, and hence they had to seek the king for help. So this mass murderer is like a monster in the form of a woman. The funny thing is that almost every sentence in this verse is a lie. Lie after lie after lie after lie. But Prithu Maharaj does not believe in her lies. Why would he show mercy upon one woman when millions or billions of men, women, children, and animals are dying because of her action? Prithu Maharaj is bringing justice down on her on behalf of the innocent. The irony is that in the 8th canto, chapter 20, text number 4, Bali Maharaj is quoting a statement from Bhumi in front of his spiritual master, in front of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamanadev. He said, Mother Earth had said, she can stand any heavy thing, but she can't stand a person who is a liar. Bhumi spoke lies, got caught and almost died. Now she doesn't like liars. For example, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, the spiritual master of Prabhupada, when he was a small boy, he ate a mango that wasn't offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, scolded him. Bhaktisiddhanta, small boy, took a vow never to eat mangoes again. This mango caused my father to scold me, so I don't like mangoes anymore. We have similar experiences as well. We take interest in something, we have a bad experience, now we don't like it anymore. So it seems that Bhumi spoke lies, had a bad experience in the form of Prithu Maharaj. Now she doesn't like liars. So I'll stop over here. Any questions or comments? Granted Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ke? Oh, we have a question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for that wonderful class. As you were speaking, I could visualize that in Kali Yuga, there's so much of sinful activities going on, and Mother Bhumi, in the form of a cow, she cannot tolerate all the sinful activities, and that is why, I was just like visualizing how all these sinful activities are impacting on her in the form of a cow, and the killing of cows, that's the most sinful activity, and so many other things going on. And when she cannot stand that, then she basically jerks her body, and when she jerks her body in the form of a cow, she is Bhumi, right? And then we get tornadoes and earthquakes, like we see that's happening in Taiwan and all of these places. So as you were speaking, I could just visualize Mother Bhumi in the form of a cow, and how these sinful activities are impacting on her, that she is, she cannot tolerate all of these, and that is why we are getting so much of calamities that's coming upon the earth at the moment. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
In Vedic culture, we see in the previous ages, there is always a king who is the king of the entire planet. And the king is the one who gives protection to everyone, including Bhumi, who is also a citizen in this world. But in this age of Kali, there is no proper king. And that's one of the reasons why things have gone very bad in Kali Yuga. But Prabhupada has been very merciful and He's given us the Srimad Bhagavatam, where we can study this pastime of Pritha Maharaj and how to become a capable leader, by which we can take it upon ourselves to correct the wrongdoings that's happening in the world, in the form of book distribution and preaching and so on. Any other questions or comments? Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.